Manus AI agents now have Veo 3 built right in, and this is your blueprint for creating an automated YouTube video empire that runs itself. I'm walking through the secret behind those viral Yeti videos hitting 2.1 million views. My complete workflow setup that takes you from zero to a full content library without touching a camera or microphone, and the exact costs, timeframes, and technical setup that is required to copy the system step by step starting today. So Manus have a brand new update where you can basically integrate Veo 3, generate AI videos like you can see right here. I'll play this in a second, and essentially with this you can now generate longer clips. You can tell the AI agent to generate videos, and they're very, very lifelike. So let's play back this video and I'll show you exactly what we mean and how to use this in a minute.
The miracle begins now. Manus is here!
What comes next is Veo 3 inside Manus. Let me show you.
Every director has a language. Could AI learn to speak those languages? So I gave Manus a simple prompt. Create.
So essentially, if you want to start using this, right, you can go into Manus, and then if you want to see an example of what we did here, well, basically we can generate very cinematic videos using Manus, and it will generate these clips and even embed them directly into a slideshow or into a presentation, as we can see right here. So for example, what I did was I said use Veo 3, generate a series of short cinematic videos, each in the distinct visual and storytelling style of a legendary film director. Should be like a film style, etc. And then if we actually open this up, we can play the videos. So this is the Alfred Hitchcock video. Let's play this back.
What if I'm just following a script? What if...
So it's got like that cinematic style. Let's open up the one on Wes Anderson.
I think I'm generated by prompts.
That explains your quirky dialogue.
We've got Christopher Nolan style here.
Am I real or just generated text?
This is pretty cool. I really like the neon colors in this.
Are my emotions programmed?
Alright, and if you're not aware, some people are aware of what Manus is, some people aren't. So Manus is a super agent that can build tools, websites, games. It can research trips for you. It's basically like an AI assistant that can do a lot of things that an actual employee can do, with like a kind of chat GPT style interface. But the biggest difference is here that it can also generate videos as well, and it's kind of like a wrapper for other API keys. So for example, like it can use Claude and Veo 3 and everything else. So let's play this one back as well.
Am I just following a script?
Pretty nice video generations. That's Tarantino style apparently. And then this is like a kind of fantasy style.
Maybe I'm made of code and dreams.
So you can see the power of this. What you can actually do as well, I think, is you can get Manus to like stitch up all the videos and then create like a minute long video or even longer. And if we go inside the chat, this is exactly how I generate the videos. So I use this prompt right here. If you want to steal the prompts from me, they're inside the AI Success Lab, along with a bunch of training links to different courses on this stuff. And you can see that I've included links to examples, plus the copy and pastable prompt if you want to just customize that to you. So if you wanted to get started with this, what we can do is we can go over to Manus. And then we'll click Get Started in the top right. I'm trying to think which plan I'm on. Yeah, I'm on Manus Plus here, which I think, let's see how much it costs. Yeah, so these are the plans, right? So I'm on the $39 a month plan here to generate these videos. And then if we go inside here, I'm going to say use this to create the content. And I'm going to say, make sure you give me the prompts to approve first. I'm going to say it must be vlogging style. Keep all the prompts, scene descriptions, There's vlogging style. And keep the dialogue short, as Veo 3 only allows, I think it's maximum like 8 seconds per clip. Alright, so we're going to go with that first. We'll hit enter. Now, I've used other tools as well, like you've got other agents that can do this, like GenSpark as well. Honestly, if I have a choice, I'll show you the outputs in a second, but I would say I still prefer GenSpark. But I want to show you, because I know a lot of people here use Manus and that sort of thing. I just find Manus is a little bit slower than GenSpark when it comes to generating outputs. But still, it's amazing that you can do this with either one. And you can see the process here, right? So it's like, right, Manus is going to think about this first, then we're going to get user approval, then we're going to generate the videos, and then we're going to deliver the final videos to the user, right? So it's generating the outputs here. Now, you might be thinking, okay, isn't this just like AI slop, or nobody's going to watch this, etc.? So what you can actually do is, if you go on YouTube, and actually TikTok as well is a good example of this, right? So if you go on TikTok, you can see here, like, some of these videos are absolutely blowing up, right? So, for example, this account, 2.1 million views, 1.2 million views, 320,000 views, right? Like, these Yeti-style videos are absolutely blowing up and performing very, very well on social media. So, you can create viral videos. They do get a lot of views, and they perform very well. So, let's have a look at the prompts to approve here. So, morning routine introduction, a massive fluffy white Yeti holds a smartphone and selfie stick, speaking directly to the camera in a vlogging style, blah, blah, blah. It says, good morning, Snow Squad, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so this looks good, to be honest, so I'm going to say approve now. And then from here, we can wait for Manus to start generating the videos. And it's doing this magic right here. Now, you can see here, it says, to get better video quality, Manus recommends using the new Veo 3 model. It costs 300 credits per 8-second clip. It's only in that dimension, so 16:9 format only. The default model costs 30 credits. I'm going to continue with Veo 3. Veo 3 is the model you want to use, right? If you use something like, for example, Kling 2 or something like that, you're not going to get the audio dialogue synced with the video. So you want to make sure you're using Veo 3. Tyler is asking, his appearance changed throughout each clip. No way to control that. Yeah, that's very hard to control. You can have like, I think what Manus did, for example, in that scene that we looked at before, to get continuity, is they probably used the same description of the scientist in each scene. So like this one, it looks very similar to this one because he's got glasses and a suit on. But yeah, that's the way that I see it. I think like that's the only way to get continuity. But you know, if it's something generic like Bigfoot, most people are not going to notice the difference, to be honest with you. So you can see now it's generating the video, and it's a lot slower than using something like Manus. Something like GenSpark. So when you're using Manus, for example, you can see it's just generating one video at a time. It's not generating like all 10 videos at once, right? And so you have to wait for each video to be generated before that's going to be done. Now let me show you how GenSpark does this in contrast. So if we have a look at GenSpark, which is another AI agent that can do the same thing, and we'll pull these up side by side. So what GenSpark actually does is it generates all the videos at once, side by side, and it's a lot faster, right? So for example, Manus is just creating one video at a time, whereas GenSpark is creating all the videos at once, right? And I much prefer that personally, just because I think you get faster and better outputs. And for me, I'm always trying to optimize for time, right? That's the whole point of doing this. So if I have a choice, I'm still going to go with Manus, with GenSpark, but Manus is doing okay. Here's another bunch of videos we actually created with GenSpark, which are pretty cool. Nice and colorful, etc. as well. And then we can wait for the outputs to get back here. Alright, now whilst we're waiting, you might be wondering, okay, like, is Manus just like an AI video tool? Absolutely not. So if we look at some examples here, let's pull up Manus. So if we pull up some examples of Manus, like, you can build other stuff, like for example 3D runner games. Like you can see, you can create SEO tools, This is another SaaS tool we create for AI SEO content writer. Actually takes an API key, and then you can plug in the API key and generate content with it. We've created a full SEO directory using Manus, and also like it can do a lot of deep research and then plug that into a permanent URL. Additionally, here's another website that we created, and also like a kind of Mario style game, as you can see, where you can just run around and play like Mario basically. So it can do a lot of other cool stuff as well, but today we're focusing on the Manus scene creation. So now it's generated that video. Let's play this back. We can actually download that. Takes ages to download, to be fair. Let's try and play the video back. So we've got the video back now. This is the first scene from the Yeti vlogging. It looks pretty cool already, like the visual's super nice. You got the little selfie stick right there.
Good morning, Snow Squad. Welcome back to my channel.
So it looks super cool, really easy to generate that. If we X off that, we'll go back to the chat. Now it's generating the next video, right? And so it does take quite a long time to generate these videos.
Good morning.
Step by step. What I would recommend is you just go off and do something else whilst this generates the outputs for you. Let's click on the next video and see what that's like. So we've got the next scene here. You can see as well, like it's not quite that continuous, right? So it just looks slightly different versus the first scene, but it's still cool.
So today we're making my famous Yeti latte. And it's going great.
All right, and then it's just generating the video step by step right there. Now, once that's done, obviously I'm not going to make a 24-minute video because that'd be very boring for you to just wait for Manus to be delivered. But once it's generated all the videos, then what you can do is you can actually, I think you can ask Manus to stitch all the videos together. And from there, you can create like a minute-long video, or, you know, if you created 80 of these, well, let's have a look. 8 times 80, because each video clip is 8 seconds, so that's 640 seconds. So that's about 10.5 minutes long, right? So if you got 80 clips from Manus, which would use up a lot of credits, but if you got 80 clips, then you would actually have like a full YouTube video vlog ready to go. And literally all you did was just ask Manus to do it, and then you go off, you wait for it to load. Maybe it'd take about an hour to generate all of those, and you're good to go, right? Pretty wild. So that's how you can create all these videos. You can also take the API, and you can use something like FAL, and a combination of FAL plus Veo 3 to generate outputs as well, right? So for example, if we go to Explore, you can get Veo 3 over here, and then you can actually plug this into NA10 and generate like a sort of one-click workflow where you can generate outputs. So let me show you an example of that. So for example, if we have a look, this is a Veo 3 NA10 automation that I built. You can see how it works. Basically what it's doing is it's grabbing some ideas. It just comes up with random ideas. Then it uses the AI agent to come up with a script. Then it plugs the prompts into Veo 3's API on FAL. That generates the output, and then that goes to a Google Sheet with a breakdown of all the videos we've created. And that's like in a importable NA10 workflow that you can just download from me inside the AI Profit Boardroom and then upload into NA10, right? If you want to see some examples of that in action, here's a spreadsheet with all the files. Let's open these up and see what we get.
How do you believe this? They're actually dancing!
So this was fully automated with NA10.
Check it out, folks. Totally organic wild squirrel smoothie, straight from my backyard.
Here's another one. Right, that was another one. That's Yeti losing his selfie stick in the snow. And then we have Yeti eating cereal with chopsticks for some reason.
How do people even do this?
Right, and you can automate all of this with workflow on NA10, right? Pretty simple, using the AI Profit Boardroom. We've also got, you know, if you want to learn like how to build this stuff and how to customize it yourself and that sort of thing, Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we do like 3 weekly coaching calls. Plus, you can ask any questions inside the community in between the coaching calls. If you can't make the calls, we actually record them and you can watch them back. And we have a full NA10 templates and workflow section here with loads of different NA10 automations, right? So for example, like this is an NA10 automation for generating avatar videos with like 1 click. We've also got a Firecrawl, like Reddit AI agent that can research the internet. And you can just download these templates, upload them into NA10, and then you're good to go, right? And additionally, what we also do each week is we just ask you, like, what do you want to see? And then from there, you can just post whatever you want to see. We'll create the automation for you, and we'll create a video tutorial on exactly how to do it, right? With the character consistency, it is tough. It is tough, right? I think the best way that I've done it so far is with GenSpark, and just asked it to keep like one consistent style throughout the content, right? So for example, if we go back here, go into my recent chats, this is a Bigfoot jungle workout, right? And you can see here that it all kind of looks very similar, right? So for example, you got Bigfoot here and here and here, and also here. It's all like the similar style, right? One of the easiest ways to do this is you just tell it exactly what you want. So for example, you can say, right, make it feel and look like a YouTube vlog. And you do that throughout the content consistently, and then all the videos have this character consistency, like you can see right here. And that seems to work pretty well. It's not perfect, but it does the job. So if we go back to Manus, I think it's generated 4 videos now. Let's open up this one and we'll see what this is like. So we got the Yeti skincare routine.
Step 3 of my skincare routine, organic mountain snow.
And then we have video 4 here too.
Time for my daily yoga flow. Mountain pose is literally perfect for me.
Love that, like it's just really, the visuals are really cool. And then you can see it's running in the background whilst I've been running through, you know, all the other stuff on today. So yeah, that's basically it. So thanks so much for watching. I've shown you exactly how to use Manus, the whole process right here. Hope to see you in the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you want us to just get all of this stuff done for you, if you're like, Julian, I need this stuff for my business, I don't know how to implement it, I just want to hire someone else to do it, I don't want to figure it out myself, then feel free to book in a free AI strategy session, link in the comments description. We'll basically jump on that call with you, we'll look at your business, we'll look at what you want to automate and where you're spending all your time, right? And then we'll go, right, let's focus on building an automation for you each month that saves you the 80-20 of your time, right? So most business owners, they're spending most of their time on 1 or 2 things that can be easily automated, and that's what we focus on. This is how I've scaled my own business. It's just finding that 1 or 2 automations each month that I can automate, and then from there, go on. Someone else asked, does it have copyright restrictions? I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not going to give any legal expert advice on that. I would just ask ChatGPT, or, you know, if you're really worried about it, ask a legal expert. I'm probably not the right person to ask on that. All right. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.